Hello and welcome. Today the video is going to be on are the Democrats committing political suicide after the impeachment inquiry starting and Trump being impeached. So before we get started, please go down and subscribe and hit the notification bell. The end of the month goal was 200. Now it's going to be 185. It's been hard uploading this month. So let's get started. So this is impeach and remove. So in the beginning, the removal had a plus 4.6%, and today it has a no plus 0.8, or about 1%, and about 4.5, a little over 4.5%. So from Democrats, 10% are saying no, 84% saying yes. For Republicans, 8.8% saying yes to remove, and 88% saying no. Independents, 41% saying remove, and 46% saying not to remove. So we're gonna look at a lot of predicted, which is kind of like a market for elections. So we got our first state, Michigan. The impeachment inquiry started on the 24th, so we're going to start off here. Republicans were at 82, and today they're at 40. Democrats were at 66, now they're at 64, so a slight shift. Not too much in the state of Michigan, just slightly towards the Republicans, so about a 32, it's plus 8, and about minus 2, so about a 10-point shift in chances. In the state of Ohio, Republicans polling at, winning chance at 70 compared to Democrats at 30. Beginning, it was at 64, now at 70. Democrats were at 39. Now they're at 30, so is at 9. And so about a 15-point shift towards the Republicans in the state of Ohio. In the state of Wisconsin, very close. So when it started, Republicans were at 40. Now at 50. Democrats were at 68. Now at 51. So this is the biggest shift out of any state. So was at 68, 17 points, 27-point shift here in the state of Wisconsin. In the president, Iowa, Republicans 67, Democrats 36. So before it was at 42, went down to 36. Republicans at 58, went up to 67. So it was at a 9 and a 6. So that's a 15-point shift towards Republicans in the state of Iowa, not Ohio. Florida, 63 to 38. So before it was at 47 and went down to a 38. And for Republicans, 55 up to a 63. So it's an 8 and a 9. So that's 17-point shift towards Republicans in the state of Florida, market-wise, not polling. Georgia, 71 to 30. It was at 74 and went down to 71. And it went from 26 up to 30. So actually, in the state of Georgia, it just slightly, so let's see how much was it, a 4 and 3. So a 7-point shift towards the Democrats there, which is pretty interesting. In the state of Pennsylvania, let's see, 24th, 71, and it's gone all the way down to a 58. And it was 33 up to a 46, so is at 13 and 11, 13. So is that 13 and 13, a 26-point shift towards Republicans in the state of Pennsylvania. For the House, it went from a 75 down to a 72, and a 26 up to a 31. So it was a 5 and 3. So an 8-point shift towards Republicans, not too much. For the balance of power, it went from a 50 up to a 55. For a Democratic House and Senate, it went from a 31 down to a 24. For both Republican House and Senate, it went from a 23 up to a 27. So a slight shift away from Democrats winning both, and more of a Democratic and Republican split in the Senate and House. It has moved. For the Senate race in North Carolina, it's not what I wanted. Let's see. North Carolina. Is North Carolina on here? I think it is. Oh, here. So it went from a 58 to a 58, and it went from a 47 down to a 43. So that's only a 4-point shift towards the Republicans, and it looked like Democrats and Republicans tied early on, and since then it basically returned to what it was. In the state of Arizona, it went from a 52 to a 56 for Republicans, and it went from a 49 down to a 44. So is that a 5 plus 4? So a 9-point shift towards Republicans there. So in result and predict it, which is a marketing for elections and government, Congress, basically just price, like predicting stuff, but with putting money in it. It's shown that Republicans have improved by a good amount in almost every single state besides Georgia, and there's slightly higher chance in the House and keeping the Senate. So there is some negative effects shown from the impeachment. Why is this loading so weird? Oh, okay, approval rating. So currently Trump is a 44.5, which is pretty good. Mind you, it's not great, but 44.5 is pretty good in a pretty split country currently, politically. So where's 24th of September? This is being really laggy. So it looks like he was at a pretty good spot with a 45.3 and a 52.1% disapproval average, and that, so 6.8 plus for disapproval, and that dropped down to about a 41, and then ever since it's basically returned only 0.6 off, so there's not too many signs that it did too much damage because it's already returning back. And is the disapproval lower than it was? Yeah, its disapproval actually dropped by, was at 0.2. Only the approval hasn't completely returned. And a Trump versus Biden matchup. So let's look at some polls. Average at a 4.3 5 plus for Biden. Emerson coming out with a Biden +4 poll. Last one was at Trump +2. In the beginning, what is Emerson? Biden +9. CNN Biden +5. Before it was +10. USA Today. Is there any other USA Today polls? I don't think so. Trump +3. IBD. Let's see. Last one, Biden +10. Now +5. Fox. Biden +7. Last time +12. Quinnipiac. Biden +9. Biden +11. So it shows, well, since their previous poll, that it has shifted more towards Trump, but Biden still has a 4.5 lead, which is pretty good. But since the last polls, which was earlier on in the impeachment inquiry or beforehand, has shown it has shifted towards Trump. With a Trump versus Sanders, Sanders is a 2.6. Both Biden and Sanders are at their lowest averages currently. Emerson shows +4. Last Emerson was a +1. CNN +4. CNN previously Sanders +9. USA Today Trump +5. I don't think there's any USA Today. No. IBD TIPP. Sanders are before +7, so that's an 8-point shift. That's pretty huge. Fox Sanders +6. Before Sanders +8. Quinnipiac Sanders +8. Before Sanders +7, so a slight shift towards him. And a Trump versus Warren, Trump +0.02. Emerson Warren +2. Previously it was a tie. CNN Warren +1. CNN before it was Warren +8. USA Today Trump +8. I don't think there's any. Nope. IBD TIPP before it had a Warren +8. Now Trump +4. 12-point shift. Fox Warren +1. Before Warren +5. Quinnipiac Warren +7. Previously it was Warren +8. And a Trump versus Buttigieg, Trump +1.2. Emerson, it was a tie. Before it was Trump +4. CNN, Trump +1. Before it was Buttigieg +6. I don't know why it's sometimes says that reloads. Okay, there it goes. Where was I at? I think I was at CNN, where before it was +6. USA Today, Trump +10. Not on there. IBD, TIPP. Is there any of those? No. But Trump +2, Fox, Buttigieg +1. Before it was a tie. Quinnipiac, Buttigieg +5. Previously, it was Buttigieg +9. What's this one? Trump versus Bloomberg. Not too many polls out. Bloomberg has started running, 2 months ago now? A month and a half ago. No real polls to compare, but the latest 2 polls have shown Trump up. And a Trump versus Biden in Wisconsin, Biden +4. In the latest Marquette poll, Biden +1, previously Trump +3. And the first Marquette was Biden +9. And the New York Times, Biden +2, no other New York Times one, nor any other Fox ones. So, was this before impeachment? These two here, stuff happened. So probably an average of a 8.5 going to a 4.0. In Wisconsin with Trump versus Sanders, Sanders +1.4. Marquette went from a Trump +2 from previously a Trump +3. For what is this pre-impeachment inquiry is these two here. So it was average of 4, and now it's a 1.4. Original Marquette poll, Sanders +4. And Trump versus Warren in Wisconsin, Warren +1, 0.4. Marquette, Trump +1, previously Trump +5. In New York Times, Trump +2, no older ones or previous pre-impeachment stuff. Warren average +2 and now 0.4. Original Marquette poll, it was a tie, now Trump +1. In Iowa with Trump versus Biden, Trump +2.5. The latest Emerson poll went from a 2 to a 4. First Emerson poll was +2 for Biden. Pre-impeachment stuff, average of a Biden was at +4, now to a Trump +2.5. For Trump versus Sanders, Trump +5.5 in the state of Iowa. The latest Emerson poll went from a Sanders +2 to a Trump +7. First Emerson poll was a Trump +1. Pre-impeachment stuff, it was average Sanders +1. Going to a Trump +5.5. For Trump versus Warren in Iowa, Trump +7. In the Emerson poll, Trump +7, previously +2. Pre-impeachment, Trump +3, now +7 for him. In Arizona, Biden +0.4. Latest OH poll, Trump +2, previously Biden +2. Pre-impeachment, what is that, 7 divided by 3, like a +2 for Biden, average beforehand, now to a +0.4 for Trump versus Sanders there. Latest OH poll went from a 10 to a 13. Pre-impeachment, it was about a +10 average, a little higher maybe, to a 6.3. For Warren, latest OH poll, Trump +6, previously Trump +1. Pre-impeachment was at 17, about a Trump +5, now to a Trump +2.3. And the 538 for registered voters, Trump has a 44.4% approval to a 51.8% disapproval. Pre-impeachment, let's see if I could get it. Okay, I could get the 23rd, so a 43.3 to a 53.3. So his approval rating has improved and disapproval has gone down. Comparing to other presidents, getting close to what Obama's was. Close to Lyndon B. Johnson. Effects this may have from the impeachment is actually getting a lot of these House races pretty close. Areas like Pennsylvania's 17th with Conor Lamb going against President Trump, voting to impeach him, an area that voted for Trump and voting for Conor Lamb, which is a pretty moderate Democrat, could give him a bad picture. Could close in the race there in 2020. Another race that may be close, Pennsylvania 8th, which could probably be in between 2 and 3 points. This area was very close in 2016, almost even. For Jeff Van Drew, he switched parties. He's now a Republican, adding 1 seat for the Republicans. Another seat with New Jersey's 3rd, probably going to be pretty close. Another area that voted for Trump, very close in 2018. A lot of these members should be worried about their seats. Where else? Another crucial area. Michigan's 8th, voted for Trump. Elisa's more of a moderate when she got in, moderate liberal. It's going to paint a bad picture for a lot of these Democrats, because a lot of these areas are more independent, moderate, or just didn't turn out as much. Illinois' 14th with Laura Underwood showed herself as a moderate, but has voted, I think, one of the most for the Democrats. I forgot if she voted for or against the USMCA, which could be used against her. Dave Loebsack, he is, I think, retiring, so this is a area that Trump did pretty well in. So this could be more problems for the Democrats, as well as these 2 districts. Minnesota's 7th. If this Democrat retires, this is definitely going to be a seat that Republicans could almost easily win. Trump won here by about 30 points. In some of these areas that Democrats weren't expected to win, like Oklahoma's 5th, this is definitely going to flip. And South Carolina's 1st district is going to flip, as well as Utah's 4th, very close district. Utah may not like Trump, but I don't think they agree with removing him. Thank you for watching. Please go like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you want more videos like this or suggestions, put it down below. The end of the month goal is to hit 185 subscribers. We're currently at 176. We're 9 away. Thank you for watching. Bye.